I'm Ron Amlin from the St. Louis Small Business Monthly, and we're here at the St. Louis Business Expo with Bob Sommers from Maui, Hawaii. And how are you today, Bob?
I'm doing great today, Ron. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little, Bob, about what you're doing in St. Louis and what type of projects, because Bob has spent a lot of time the last few months here in St. Louis working with a lot of small businesses. And tell me what you're up to and how you're helping these companies.
Well, we started a group called the Main Street Marketing Community. And what we do is we serve small business people. We go out and do these little things called Java Gyms, where we're putting on free 1-hour learn about certain aspects of marketing, whether it has to do with article marketing, video marketing, all kinds of different internet marketing. But one of the big things we're doing right now is something called local search, where we teach people over the course of an entire day how they can get their business listed in Google Maps. And Ron, the results for the people that get this are absolutely unbelievable. So that's the primary thing we're doing.
Well, take me through it. I mean, let's say I have a company in St. Louis, a small business. I mean, how would I use the whole Google Maps?
Okay. Well, Google Maps is not for everybody. And for example, if you do a search for a local business, and Google calls it with local intent, and say you're looking for a doctor, lawyer, architect, engineer, or you're maybe looking for a dry cleaner or something along those lines, people that call on local customers. The vast majority of people go to Google or to their smartphone to do a search, to find these particular businesses. There's usually 3 sections in the search results page. There's the paid section, which is called Google AdWords.
Right.
There's the organic section, which is where the websites show up. But the most prominent area of all is something called Google Maps, where you actually see a business on a map with the business listing. So what we do is we help people and show them how to not only get to the first page of results for their main term, but how they can be the most compelling listing of all, so that people will call them. And let me just tell you a couple of the success stories we've had. We have a fellow on Maui who is a auto mechanic. He went from struggling to giving away $20,000 worth of discount coupons last year.
Wow.
There's a car rental agency in Fort Myers, Florida that was getting 50 calls a month when they advertised on the Yellow Pages. Now, no advertising on the Yellow Pages, and he's turning away 50 calls a day because he doesn't have the cars. There is an appliance repair guy in Fort Myers, Florida, who was going out of business, lost 40% of all of his contracts with Whirlpool because they didn't have the business. He got on Google Maps, and he not only saved his business, but within 6 weeks he was able to open a new office down in Naples, Florida.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So the results are unbelievable for the people that understand it and do
I
it.
guess this is the newest form of the Yellow Pages. What the Yellow Pages used to be when we were kids.
Right.
I mean, when you wanted to call yourself AAA Auto Repair, so you'd be the first one listed. I mean, this is the new wave for that.
And Google doesn't list people based on alphabetical order. They list it on 3 things: distance, relevance, and prominence. Now, there's not much you can do about distance. For example, if you're located in St. Charles, odds are you're not going to show up in downtown St. Louis. However, if you know how to become very prominent on the internet, and you know how to become very what's the word I'm looking for? If you know how to get a lot of great reviews, Google will actually expand its map. So even if you are in St. Charles, you're going to show up in a much larger area. And the people that have figured that out, and again, this is all free. That's what's amazing. And the other thing that's different from the Yellow Pages, let's say you're a mechanic, you're an appliance repairman. You repair refrigerators, dishwashers. In the Yellow Pages, you have to pay for each one of those. In Google Maps, you don't have to pay for any of those. And if you do it right, you'll show up not only on the first page, not only at the top of the first page, but you'll be seen as the most compelling listing to want to call. And it's all free.
That's fantastic.
It's just a matter of understanding how the process works. So that's what we're doing here in St. Louis.
So to wrap up a little bit, tell me 2 things that business owners are not doing when it comes to internet marketing that they could start doing right away.
The first thing they're not doing is they're not going to the internet like all of their customers do to try to find themselves. And I'm not saying you're going to type in Dave's, hat repair. You type in hat repair, just like your customers would. So the most amazing thing that happens when people do that is they see or they don't see what their customers are seeing. And so that's the first thing, is do a search for the products and services you offer and see if you're showing up in Google primarily. The second thing business owners aren't doing is people have just kind of poo-pooed Yahoo and Bing. Now that they're a combined company, they represent 25% of all searches. Yeah. So, we find that about 1 out of 4 to 1 out of 3, if you understand how to use Google and Bing, you're going to get a truckload of business. And the most amazing thing, Ron, it is all free. You just have to get in there and learn it. Now, one of my favorite resource sites happens to be mine. It's visonthenet.com, V-I-S onthenet.com, and it's loaded with articles for do-it-yourselfers. How do I get good reviews? How do I get citations? How do I fill out my Google Place page, Yahoo and Bing? It's just loaded with great stuff. So those would be the 2 things I'd suggest.
Fantastic. If anyone wants to get more information about the Java gyms here in St. Louis, what's the first step? What can they do?
Go to the site, mainstreetmarketingcommunity.org, and you'll see there's a place to sign up. And when you sign up, the first thing and the most important thing is these folks will have an opportunity to be on our mailing list, which is normally not I don't like to be on mailing list, but the really cool thing about this is if you don't sign up, you won't know where and when these Java gyms are. And they're on all forms of internet marketing, PR, search engine optimization, website development, all of these things. And it's all tailored to professionals and small business owners here in St. Louis.
Fantastic.
But thank you for asking. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you very much for joining us today, Bob, and we look forward to seeing you here in St. Louis more often.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.